Alright, hey there, it's Michael Fitzpatrick and wanted to shoot a quick little video here for a topic that's come up quite a bit recently in conversations with people, and it deals with the issue of money. And about 6 or 7 years ago, I was down in Disney World, and I got a little book on some of Walt Disney's best quotes on life. And I really started doing a lot of studying on Walt Disney's life over the last 5 years. I want to do some more, but I think that his biography is fascinating. And here's kind of what's coming up a lot in conversations with certain people. You know, when you look at Veridian, which is a business that we're all part of, or that I'm part of, part-time, and you kind of look at some of the emphasis that's shown in, like, for example, the 18-minute video that we use, or in some of the recruiting tools. Now we have a whole treasure trove of videos themselves, from our sustainability trips to associates and their experiences and everything else. But we also use a video called the 18-minute video to show the program, and there's an emphasis there on financial freedom and on time freedom and on residual income and money. And it's funny that some people have a real disconnect with the topic of money, as if money is a bad thing or something. And it probably comes from just years worth of being told, or old common phrases like it's dirty money, or money's the root of all evil. And it's kind of alarming, actually. And I think it's why 95% of the population won't be able to retire financially. Coming from my background in the financial services world, specializing in long-term care insurance for the past 12 or 13 years, I've dealt with longevity as a topic, as an issue. And I can tell you guys that the fact that we're living 20 to 30 years longer than any generation in history, without Social Security possibly, and without a pension plan, it's time for people to kind of wake up. But anyway, I want to read to you a short quote by Walt Disney in terms of how he views money, and I kind of draw a lot of my beliefs about money from what Walt Disney says here. So he says, "Money is something I understand only vaguely, and think about it only when I don't have enough to finance my current enthusiasm." Think about that. He only thinks about money when he doesn't have enough to finance his current enthusiasm, whatever it may be. "All I know about money is that I have to have it to do things. I don't want to bank my dividends. I'd rather keep my money working. I regard it as a moral obligation to pay back borrowed money, like debt. Which means it's okay to borrow money, it's okay to have debt, but pay it back right away as fast as possible. When I make a profit, I don't squander it or hide it away," is what he says. "I immediately plow it back in to a fresh project. I have little respect for money as such. I regard it merely as a medium for financing new ideas. I neither wish nor intend to amass a personal fortune." This is Walt Disney, guys. "Money, or rather the lack of it to carry out my ideas, may worry me, but it does not excite me. Ideas excite me." So that philosophy of money, you just need it to do things. Think about how much more money you could give to your church or your synagogue or charities that you're part of, or family or vacation or camp for your kids, or whatever the case is. So there's a mindset that's attached to this whole concept of money. And I think a lot of people are subconsciously repelling money from coming to them freely, thinking about it as if it's a bad thing, as if they're not worthy of it, as if they don't deserve it, or as if they'd be considered a bad person, for wanting more of it. Well, if your love for money, trumps your desire to help people, then obviously there's a problem there. If your love of money becomes kind of like your obsession, then there's an issue that's there. But to have a frame of mind where you're accepting of money, and that money could and should flow to you freely, just think about how you think about money. That's all I'm saying. And think about how Walt Disney thinks about money. You need it to do stuff. Everything that you're part of needs more of it. And at the end of the day, I hate to say this, but at the end of the day, it always comes back to money. And if you wanted to go into business that had nothing to do with making money or making a profit or whatever, then you probably should be a missionary. I mean, seriously, quite frankly, there's a lot of different vocations or professions that are out there that are designed to people who really want to take a vow of poverty or who don't want to take any money in whatsoever. But that's not really where most people fall. And if you're in the other group, then don't have an aversion to money. Be willing to accept it and know that you're worth having $1 million, $2 million, $5 million in your bank account. Why not? Think about how many more good things you could do. And I heard the last thing I'll leave you with is that I heard the definition of financial independence or financial freedom is that it just allows somebody to be more of who they really are. So think about that. If you're a jerk, then you're going to be a really, really rich jerk. But if you're a good person, you're going to be a really, really good, wealthy person. So think about our friend Walt Disney when he talks about money, and go out there, change your mindset about it, and make it a blessed day, and speak in the mindset of abundance and not scarcity, because you deserve it.